Hey guys, this is Kat Kamiguno, also from the Marvel Report, and today I'll be doing a review for the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. mid-season finale. So on my channel, Kamiguno, I have not had a chance to really talk about the season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Because the show usually airs during our comic book live show on Comic Frontline. So it was great that I was able to do a review for this on the Marvel Report. So let's start talking about the mid-season finale, which is very much a game changer, or at least that's how they've been promoting this episode of S.H.I.E.L.D. So from last episode, we saw that Fitz and Ward and some Hydra agents, they go back to that planet where Simmons was stuck at for a little while, and Fitz finds Will, and they're ready to go back, and of course Ward's controlling them in a way because he wants, he has his own motives there. And then also the factor that Ward didn't know about is that Coulson is actually also in the area with them. So the twist in the episode is that Will is actually that creature that was chasing Simmons and the real Will all those episodes ago, and the big threat throughout a lot of the season, actually. And Fitz finds out that, Will is not actually Will, and you have a big fight between them, and it's that moment you're like, alright, is Coulson and Fitz gonna get out of here? Are they gonna get out in time? And in the end, they actually do get out in time, because in the actual other half of the episode is the team trying to get Simmons out of being captive from Hydra, and also trying to save Coulson and Fitz and supposedly Will, which only really connects to Simmons and Fitz's story. And by the end, there are big cliffhangers that we think Ward's dead. We think that Coulson has killed Ward, and that actually doesn't happen. Everyone's kind of happy, things are, happy in the S.H.I.E.L.D. world, at least, except Simmons, because Will died, so we're seeing her reaction. But in the final moment, the game changer is that Ward might not totally be the Ward we knew. He is alive, and there's something going on in his head. There's this worm thing, which I'm really curious to see what that's connected by. I really don't have a clue of what that's going to be all about. So that's going to be, of course, the bigger story in the rest of the season. So what did I think about the episode overall? I thought this was a really good mid-season finale because it was able to wrap up all the story that was going on in this half of the season. This half was very much about Simmons' story of being trapped on that planet for such a long time, which one of my favorite episodes of the show in general was that episode with Simmons being in that solitary moment and just having one episode focusing on Simmons. And then you kind of have the Inhuman Lash story going on a little bit in this episode, kind of not tying up loose ends, but saying that story is still relevant, and obviously the Inhuman story is still relevant. We're seeing the team grow a bit. Joey actually has joined the team, which I really enjoyed. And also Coulson dealing with losing his love and wanting revenge against Ward and thinking that he actually did kill Ward. And that brings me into one of my favorite parts of this episode is Ward himself. He really has become one of my favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe villains in general. Not just because whatever he's becoming now, he's just such an interesting character that we've been able to follow his journey as, someone we thought was the good guy turned, well, he was originally and always the bad guy, and trying to kind of dig deeper of why he's the bad guy, and just seeing how corrupted this villain is. So Ward's been such an interesting character to follow through since season 1, and I feel like with every season he becomes even more interesting, and that's really shown with this cliffhanger, which again I really enjoyed, even though I don't really have a clue of what's going to happen. It was kind of like that Coulson cliffhanger from season 1, where he's, drawing on the wall, and obviously we found out what that's all about, but it felt like that. I was like, I don't really know what this is going to be all about, but I'm really curious. So yeah, I thought this wrapped up a lot of storylines, which again, I think mid-season finale should do, but then it introduces a lot of storylines, and it we are definitely going to still obviously see stuff about Inhumans, which I hope they focus a bit more on. I feel like that was a little shelved here, especially since we've been focusing more on the planet stuff. But Ward's always going to be the big threat, and Hydra's always going to be the big threat, and we see that here. And I thought this was a very solid episode. Do I think the episode was a bit overhyped? Yeah, I mean, they made it a bit dramatic. This is a game changer, and it is a game changer, but it was a bit over-dramatized. I do think the last mid-season finale with everything going on with Skye was a tad bit better, but this was still a really good episode and a really good season. I really like the direction Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going, and like I said, I thought this was a very solid mid-season finale. Let me know in the comments below what you think. We have a long time to wait until we do get to see new S.H.I.E.L.D. episodes. It's going to be March, because we do have Agent Carter, which plays through the hiatus break, so look forward to that. I'm very excited for Agent Carter. So hope you guys enjoyed. This is the Marvel Report and Cat Comic Uno, and we will see you guys later. Bye.